Hi everyone, welcome to Real English,
where you learn natural English for real life.
I am Paul.
And I am Emily. Let us get started.
Today we are diving into the modern digital economy. We are going to talk about a very specific, high-stakes scenario that many independent creators, freelancers, and digital entrepreneurs face. We are talking about negotiating a collaboration or a sponsorship for a brand new project.
This is such an exciting topic. So many of our listeners are starting their own side hustles. They are launching podcasts, building apps, or starting brand new YouTube channels. But eventually, to grow, you have to convince other people to invest their time, their brand, or their money into your project.
And that is exactly where the language barrier becomes a massive roadblock. Negotiating a sponsorship or a business partnership in a second language is a delicate balancing act. You have to project confidence without sounding arrogant, and you have to sell your potential without sounding desperate.
Desperation is the #1 trap for ESL learners in this situation. Because they feel their project is small or new, they use apologetic English. They say things like, "Please give my channel a chance. I know I am very small, but I will work very hard for you."
I cringe just hearing that. If you tell a sponsor you are small and begging for a chance, they will instantly devalue you. They might still work with you, but they will offer you a terrible deal because you have signaled that you have no leverage.
On the flip side, some creators overcompensate. They try to sound like big corporate executives and say, "I want $5,000 to put your name on my video." It is too blunt, and it ruins the relationship before it even starts.
You have to find that perfect professional middle ground. You need to speak the language of metrics, value, and scalable growth. And today we are going to teach you exactly how to do that. We are giving you the blueprint for pitching your digital project to anyone.
We call this framework the P.R.O. Pitch, P.R.O. It is simple, effective, and it positions you as a professional no matter how new your project is. Paul, take us through the P.
P stands for pivot to metrics. When a sponsor points out that your channel or project is new, do not apologize. Pivot the conversation immediately to your data. Do not say, "Yes, I only have a few subscribers." Say, "While the channel is in its early stages, our initial performance metrics are showing an incredible retention rate."
That is brilliant. You acknowledge the reality, but you pivot to a strong, positive metric. Sponsors care about engagement just as much as overall numbers. Okay, the R stands for reassure with workflow. A major fear sponsors have with solo creators is that they will miss deadlines or burn out. You need to reassure them that you have a professional system.
Exactly. You do not just say, "I work very fast." You describe your process. You say, "I have established a highly streamlined production workflow, so I can guarantee consistent deliverables." You make them feel safe investing in you.
And finally, the O. O stands for outline the synergy. Synergy is a favorite corporate word. It just means two things working perfectly together. You need to tell the sponsor exactly why their brand fits your specific audience. You say, "There is a natural synergy here because my audience is highly engaged with digital productivity tools, which aligns perfectly with your software."
Pivot to metrics, reassure with workflow, outline the synergy. If you use the P.R.O. method, sponsors will treat you like a seasoned media company, even if you are recording in your bedroom. Now, let us elevate your vocabulary with our 5 pocket words for today.
Word #1 is a crucial noun. Traction. In physics, traction is the grip a tire has on the road. In business and media, traction means early signs of success or growth. You do not say, "My videos are getting popular." You say, "The new channel is gaining a lot of early traction."
Word #2 is a fantastic adjective, scalable. If something is scalable, it means it can grow larger without breaking or losing quality. Sponsors love this word. You can say, "My content strategy is highly scalable," meaning we can easily double our output next quarter.
Word #3 is a noun you must know. deliverables. A deliverable is the final tangible product you promise to give the client. A video, an article, a shout-out. You do not say, I will make the things for you. You say, we can guarantee 4 high-quality deliverables per month.
Word number 4 is a noun, pipeline. We are not talking about water pipes. In media and tech, a pipeline is your step-by-step process for creating something from start to finish. You can say, I have a very efficient media generation pipeline, which keeps my production costs low.
And word number 5 is a powerful verb, to align. We discussed this in a previous episode, but in a sponsorship context, it means your goals perfectly match the sponsor's goals. You say, I think your brand aligns perfectly with my target demographic.
Traction, scalable, deliverables, pipeline, and align. Use these words in your emails and your pitch calls, and watch how quickly people start taking your project seriously. Now, let us step into the Smooth It Out clinic to fix those awkward pitching phrases.
Let us start with the most common mistake. When a creator wants to talk about their audience, they often say, the people who watch me really like my videos.
Very basic. Let us smooth that out and sound like a media strategist. You say, we are seeing highly concentrated engagement from our core demographic, or the initial performance metrics indicate a very loyal audience base.
How about when you are asked how you make your content? A learner might say, I use my computer to make the videos very fast every day.
That makes it sound like you are just rushing the work. Smooth it out by using our pocket words. You say, I utilize a fully automated media generation workflow, which allows me to maintain a consistent pipeline of content.
Automated media generation workflow. That sounds like you have an entire tech team working for you. What if the sponsor asks if you can handle a bigger contract? A learner might say, yes, I can do more work, no problem.
Too casual for a business deal. You want to assure them of your capacity. Smooth it out by saying, absolutely, my current production pipeline is highly scalable, so increasing the deliverables will not be an issue.
And finally, the price. When they ask how much you charge, creators often panic and say, how much money do you want to give me?
Never ask the sponsor to set your value. You take control. You say, based on the deliverables we discussed, my standard integration rate is $1,000 per video. It is confident, clear, and leaves room for professional negotiation.
Excellent advice. It is time to put all of this into action. Let us move to the main event, the practice conversation.
The scenario is this. I recently planned and executed the launch of a brand new YouTube channel. The channel focuses on digital news and tech tutorials.
And I am a marketing director for a software company. Paul has reached out to me for a sponsorship deal. We are on a discovery call right now.
My subscriber count is currently low because the channel is new, but I have been tracking my initial performance metrics, and the data is fantastic. Also, behind the scenes, I have built a custom automated media generation system using Python scripts to handle the heavy lifting of my video production. I am going to use the P.R.O method to convince Emily to sponsor me.
I will be playing the role of a polite but skeptical marketing director. Listen to how Paul pivots away from his low subscriber count and focuses on his workflow and metrics. Here we go. Hi, Paul. Thanks for making the time to chat today. I had a chance to review your media kit and watch a few of your recent uploads.
Hi, Emily. Thanks for having me. I am really glad we could connect.
To be completely transparent with you, Paul, the production quality on the videos is excellent. However, looking at the raw numbers, your channel is still quite new. We typically allocate our marketing budget toward creators with a much larger established subscriber base. I am just not sure the reach is there yet.
I completely understand your perspective, Emily, and I appreciate the transparency. While it is true that the overall subscriber count is still growing, I want to draw your attention to the initial performance metrics we have been tracking this past month.
Okay, what kind of metrics are we looking at?
Our click-through rate is currently sitting at 9%, and our average view duration is phenomenal. What we are seeing is that while the audience is niche, they are highly engaged. We are getting serious early traction with the exact demographic your software targets. There is a very natural synergy here.
A 9% click-through rate is definitely above average, but my concern is consistency. If we sponsor a channel, we need a commitment of 4 integrations a month. Since you are a solo creator running a new channel, I am a bit worried about your bandwidth to handle that volume of deliverables.
That is a very valid concern for traditional creators, but that is actually my competitive advantage. I do not edit everything manually. I have engineered a fully automated media generation pipeline for my channel.
Oh, what do you mean by an automated pipeline?
I utilize custom automation scripts that handle the data aggregation, the initial audio syncing, and the asset generation. Because my workflow is streamlined by this technology, my production model is completely scalable. I can easily guarantee 4 high-quality deliverables a month, and I never have to worry about creator burnout.
That is incredibly impressive. So you are using automation to keep your pipeline moving. That definitely addresses my concern about your capacity.
Exactly. My focus is entirely on strategy and content quality, while the automation handles the heavy lifting. I truly believe that if we align our goals now, while the channel is gaining this early traction, the ROI for your brand will be massive over the next 2 quarters.
You make a very compelling case, Paul. Your metrics are strong, and your workflow sounds bulletproof. Let us talk about your integration rates. What is your proposal for a 4-video package?
For a 4-video integration package, guaranteeing a dedicated 60-second read in each upload, my standard rate is $2,000 for the month.
Let me take this proposal back to my team and review the budget, but I am very interested in testing this out. I will send you a follow-up email by tomorrow morning.
Sounds like a plan. I look forward to your email, Emily.
And scene. Wow, Paul, you completely turned that conversation around. I was ready to reject you, but you secured the deal.
It is all about framing the conversation. I did not apologize for having a small channel. I used the P.R.O method. I pivoted to my positive metrics like click-through rate. I reassured you by explaining my automated media generation workflow, and I outlined the synergy between my audience and your brand.
And your vocabulary was incredibly persuasive. You used our pocket words perfectly. You talked about early traction, scalable production, deliverables, and aligning our goals. You sounded like a tech CEO, not just a guy making videos in his room.
That is the power of professional English. When you describe your process using words like pipeline and automation scripts, people respect your time and your project. You instantly level up your perceived value.
This is a masterclass in negotiation. We want all of our listeners who are building their own projects to take these exact phrases and use them in your next meeting.
Never apologize for being small or new. Let your metrics and your professional workflow do the talking for you. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Real English.
Keep building your projects, keep practicing your pitch, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.